Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be going over the top teams to run for Illucia The Unveiler on hard and epic difficulty, which will be unlocked today. Now there are some really cool teams using Florabelle in today's boss, which is interesting. So if you guys have Florabelle built, then you're going to have a pretty good team option, even a budget team option as well. Okay, I'm gonna lead it off by showing you guys, I'm gonna show you Frosty's team. This is the team which my viewer Raguto, as a free-to-play player, managed to get his top score with this team on epic mode, and that is why I wanted to share it. You're gonna have Sinbad position swap by the Reinier, and Kruger up in the front for physical defense debuff, Sonya buffing up Mikola and Sinbad. With the overcharge spell, surging spell, if you guys have it unlocked, is probably going to be the overall best artifact to run in these teams. But if you don't have it, overcharge is going to be your second best option for a lot of the comps. Otherwise, some of them do use harmonic. But basically, if you have surging spell, you should be using it. But in a lot of the teams I'm going to show you today, I'll be running the free-to-play alternative. Okay, now clearing on hard difficulty, as long as you've kept up even as a free-to-play player, should be easily doable for people today. But for epic mode, no one is being able to clear it today, of course, but this was the team which Raguto got his top score with. So we're going to do a run of it, and then we're going to show you all of the other team options. This is using Reinier at Mythic Plus. It is using Sinbad. However, we can replace Sinbad in this team for Lenya, if you have Lenya built and not Sinbad, or we can show you a Florabelle version of this team, which is also doing really well, if you have Florabelle built. And yeah, that is going to be pretty much it. Now, a word of advice is basically, if you don't have Sonya, and you want to look for a replacement for her, you can replace Sonya in most teams by Velka, who also will give like a buff to your nearby allies and also deal true damage of her own. But Sonya is going to be the greatest option, of course. Okay, this is actually looking like a really good score, but of course it's because our resonating levels are very high and the heroes are over upgraded on this account. But that is going to take us up to 29.2 billion. Sinbad dealing a huge amount of damage, and just again showing you that Sinbad is here to stay. He is really good for Illucia. Even from the Vietnam server testing on Endless, they are using Sinbad in the Illucia team because it just really works out well here. Definitely with the twins is even better, but these are going to be the more free-to-play friendly teams. So now we have the Worm team. This is really cool. And like Florabelle. Now, why is Florabelle doing so well with the harmonic spell? I think it's because her summons are going to stick onto the field even after she gets turned into a cat. I don't think her summons will be able to be turned into the cat, so it's not like they're going to be blocking your other allies from being turned into the cat, but it's just additional damage that even after Florabelle is turned into the cat, her summons are going to be able to continuously deal damage, which is like value. Like right there, all of her summons are still attacking. And of course, with the physical defense debuff of Kruger, who is doing well in this boss, Florabelle's damage will be higher because she is a physical damage dealer along with her summons. Yeah, but how cool would it be if her summons were able to be turned into the cat and protect your team from that transformation? But that isn't really the case. This is an amazing team. If you have Florabelle built and Mythic plus Reinier, definitely run this team. If you don't have Mythic plus Reinier, then I will show you the other team option using Florabelle as well. And again, like we said, you can replace Florabelle for Lenya or Sinbad in a lot of these teams, depending on which one you have the most built up. Okay, free-to-play team, credit to Yapala for coming up with this. And we have Kruger up in the front. Sonya will be buffing up Mikola and Florabelle, and Coco in the back. This is going to be not using Reinier at Mythic Plus, so it is more free-to-play friendly. But it is using Florabelle. And like nowadays, I don't know. I don't put a real recommendation on building up Florabelle. And really, she's only nichely used in this boss as not even one of the best team options. And we didn't even know about this up until now. But it has been interesting because Florabelle historically has seen use in some bosses. Like even Snowstomper, Dream Realm, she was used for quite a while in the early days. And now in Illucia, but for Endless, of course, she will not be a great option. But yeah, just a very kind of niche hero overall. But if you have built her up and you've been playing this game for a while, you might have her, and then you can run this team. But again, replacing Florabelle for Sinbad would be the greatest substitution if you have Sinbad, even exactly in this team. And yeah, okay, so there we have that team. Okay, now we're going to move on to the more, well, there's actually one more pretty free-to-play friendly team from Becky. I mean, not really free-to-play friendly, but main Phreasto in front of Sonya, Illusion in front of Reinier, Reinier Mythic Plus, and then you have Sinbad and Mikola with the overcharge spell. Like, these are heroes that if you've been playing this game from global launch, most people will have Phreasto to Supreme Plus and Reinier at Mythic Plus, and then this can be a good team that you can run. This is really, really a strong team. But yeah, if you have Sinbad built, you're really going to profit in today's boss because Sinbad is used a lot. And he is doing really, really well. Okay. I think, and it's cool that you can use the Phreasto here because basically Phreasto is good, not for his damage for this boss, because we're not in Endless yet, but he's good for taking the transformation to the cat and allowing your damage dealers to have more uptime. Yeah, this should be a new record. Maybe not by a huge amount, but yeah, I mean, every bit counts, right? Almost 77% of the boss's health with this team. This is a solid team, and it is overall not extremely pay to win. It is a more free-to-play friendly team. Okay, but now we're throwing the free-to-play friendly teams out of the window, and we're gonna go for... Okay, no, there's one more. Wait, no, this is the one we showed. This is Frosty's team. This is the one we showed. This was a really solid team. I'm a big fan of this team. I think that is really, really good. Okay, we have Krau's team, which is the overall top team. We're not going to show that yet. We have Becky's team, which we just showed you. We have AKTube's team, which is really interesting using the twins. I will show that as a second last. And now we have Crow C's team using Harak. So Harak is getting some use for Illucia. We're going to have... I will have to wait and see which Phreasto is where. I kind of forgot, but we're gonna have Kruger for physical defense debuff, Sonya buffing up Mikola, and Harak with the overcharge spell. Main Phreasto in front of the Mikola. Okay, that makes sense. That's what I thought, but I wasn't completely sure. Okay, so Harak seeing some use, which is always nice to see for those who have invested into Harak. You can get some value off of him today. This is a good team. This is a very good team. It is gonna get a pretty good score for you. Not an overall top score like the Twins teams, but definitely a solid score. And it is competing for one of the top, I guess, top 3 teams. Hopefully we can get a new record with that. I think we will, because yeah, Harak is going to ramp up very quickly. The only issue is that when he gets turned into the cat, you really lose out on a lot of damage because he is hitting so hard with his uptime. And I think, yeah, even though he enters an unaffected state while casting his ultimate, that is, no one cares about that. He still can get turned into the cat. Yeah, and then in the end, it's just like, you feel so bad because there's so much damage being missed out on. There's like a missed opportunity of damage in the end because he turned into the cat like back to back pretty much. And like if he was hitting just for another 8 seconds, he would be dealing massive damage. So yeah, overall, pretty good team. However, not really, like not even getting a new record. Maybe RNG would change it a bit, but it is not going to be like the top scoring team for today. Now we're going to go through the 2 top teams. So AKTube's team. And these both I'm going to run with the new artifact, Surging. However, if you don't have Surging spell, replace it for Overcharge. Overcharge is going to be the second best replacement for the Surging spell teams. So AKTube team's formation is going to be Elijah, the blue-haired in the front, and Lila in the back, the pink hair. Reinier is going to position swap the Sinbad with the Surging spell, and then we're going to have Kruger and Sonya buffing up the twins and Sinbad. This is going to be the team composition. As you can see, Elijah in the front, Lila in the back, and Sinbad being position swap. Now this team has gotten insane scores today, going up to 92% of the boss's health, and it is only using, oh, I guess 2 Celestial Hypogean heroes, the twins and Reinier at Mythic Plus. But this is a really solid team. But I will show you guys the other overall considered top team, but this was a really good like kind of cook by AKTube, who is a Korean YouTuber. Okay, so this is looking pretty good so far. 62% of the boss's health. And 65%, 71%. Yeah, like look at that. We're gonna be blowing out the previous team score out of the water. 78% already setting a new record. The twins go down here, which might have been bad RNG. It does look like there's a bit of RNG in this fight, but let's see how much. Oh wow, Sinbad survives. That's good. And that is gonna be around 86% of the boss's health. And with RNG, it can get even better than that. This is a really good team. And I'm tempted to do a couple of runs, but I think what we're going to do now is we're going to show you the overall top team, and I need to do runs and save my attempts for that team because that is also a pretty high RNG team. This is going to be Crow's team, Reinier position swap the Sinbad, and Mikola. So the only difference between this team and AKTube's team is that AKTube had Kruger rather than Mikola. This team has Mikola. The other difference is that Elijah's in the back here and Lila's in the front. And compared to AKTube, it was the reverse, where Elijah was in the front and Lila was in the back. And here you go. And with the surging spell, or replace it for the overcharge spell. So the important thing about the charms are going to be upgrade your damage dealer charms first. So Sinbad if you're running him in a team, or Florabelle if you're running her in a team. But honestly, I would not recommend epic Florabelle charms. Just keep them at purple and get the job done for today because she's not really used anywhere else. For the other heroes, Sonya charms, Twins charms, Mikola charms, Reinier charms, all up to... Well, Mikola doesn't need to be up to epic, but the other three, Reinier, Sonya, Twins, they should be at epic. And of course, anyone who has a Twins probably have the charms at epic as well. Surging spell is really good because it not only deals damage, but it gives your team survivability. As you see, each time it activates, it provides a shield to your allies in a 3-tile wide radius, which is pretty much covering all of them. Okay, looks like the RNG is pretty good here. No one's dead yet. Twins are still alive. We get a new record. And that is going to be 87% of the boss's health. But people have gotten crazy than that today. We're gonna have to keep trying and maybe look for better RNG. Okay, guys, we finally got a good RNG run. After, honestly, I don't know how many skip runs we did. So, like, I don't know about this team. Like, it seems very RNG reliant. And I don't fully even understand why so much RNG is, like, interfering with them. And the top person is even higher. Like, I don't know if we can hit that. But basically, I just want to recap it. And then we're going to watch the replay of the top scoring team. So, this is one of the team options. This is getting the overall highest score of today, which is being 36.5 billion of the boss's health. Now, the other team formation will be swap Sinbad and Sonya, move Reinier in front of Sonya, and Mikola to the front. Again, exactly the same otherwise. And this team has also gotten, over 36 billion as well. So both of these are top teams that you can try for the Illucia boss. But both of them seem to be quite RNG heavy in order to get that top score. You might not be able to get it. And yeah, honestly, I'm happy with 35.7. I think it will be really difficult to go higher than that. We're going to take a look at the replay and see what happened. Like, how was this one the one that got the overall top score? And it's difficult to tell. Like, I guess the number of crits you get, because Surging Spell has a 21% crit boost. It might be related to crits. Or it might just be related to the timing of everything. Yeah, like getting one extra attack in before being turned into the cat or something like that. That's kind of all I can tell. Because the survival is kind of fine. Reinier does go down. I wonder if he always dies at that position. Okay. And yeah, it's kind of just confusing. I guess that was the other thing. The final burst in the end didn't kill everyone. It kept the Sinbad, Mikola, and Sonya alive, so that was a bit of extra damage. But yeah, I don't necessarily know why this one was better RNG than the other fights, but basically you'll just have to run multiple times. Illucia reminds me of Snow Stomper in the fact that it's kind of an RNG heavy boss, and you might run all of your 10 attacks and not get that top score. But anyway, guys, I'm pretty happy with that score for this account. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. And good luck getting a top score today in Illucia. If you guys want to chat with me more, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. I look forward to seeing you there or seeing you in the next video. And until then, guys, everyone, peace out for now. And thank you for watching.